Sequence activities. Today we're diving into one of the most satisfying parts of project planning, sequence activities. It's the step where we figure out the order of all those tasks in the last step. But before we start putting activities in their proper place, let's zoom out and do a quick refresher on where we are in the project schedule management process group. Project schedule management is all about making sure things get done on time, which, let's be honest, is easier said than done. The PMBOK breaks it down into 6 processes. 1. Plan schedule management. We build the game plan. 2. Define activities. We list all the work that needs to be done. 3. Sequence activities, and we figure out what needs to happen first, next, and last. 4. Estimate activity durations. We guess smartly how long things will take. 5. Develop schedule. We turn the puzzle into a timeline. 6. Control schedule. We keep the schedule from going off the rails. So today we're zeroing in on sequence activities, which is the process of taking our list of tasks and organizing them. In this process, you determine the logical relationships between tasks. You'll ask questions like, what needs to happen before something else can start? Or, what can be done at the same time? What's dependent on what? This step lays the groundwork for a real-deal project schedule. To make sure you're sequencing with strategy, you'll need these key inputs. Schedule management plan. It tells you how dependencies should be handled. Activity list, your list of all the things that need to get done. Activity attributes, info about each task, like who's doing it, duration, or constraints. Milestone list, your project's key events and deadlines. Project scope statement provides the context for how detailed your sequencing needs to be. Enterprise environmental factors. Think tools, systems, or even your organization's culture. Organizational process assets. Past project files, standard practices, and templates that might help. Once you've got your materials, it's time to build a sequence. Here are the tools and techniques. Precedence diagramming method, the bread and butter of this process. It's a visual representation of the order of activities. It includes 4 types of logical relationships. Finish to start. The classic, task A must finish before task B starts. Start to start, tasks start together. Finish to finish. Tasks must finish at the same time. And start to finish, SF. Rare, but task A must start before task B finishes. The next one is dependency determination and integration. This is where you figure out if dependencies are mandatory, can't be changed, like legal or physical constraints. Discretionary preferred sequences, often based on best practices. External, outside the project team's control, or if it's internal, within the team's control. The other tool is leads and lags. Fancy talk for adjusting timing. Lead equals starting a task early. Lag equal adding a delay between tasks. And finally, project management information system software that helps you track and visualize dependencies. Think scheduling tools like MS Project or Asana. After all this sequencing magic, you're rewarded with the following outputs. Project schedule network diagrams, a flowchart-style visual of activity relationships. This is your project's roadmap, updates to project documents. Specifically, activity list, activity attributes, assumption log, and milestone list. These outputs set the stage for the next processes like estimating durations and developing the actual project schedule. Why sequence activities matters? Because projects don't fail because the tasks weren't on the list. They fail because the order was all wrong. If you don't get the dependencies right, you'll run into delays, resource clashes, and missed milestones. Sequencing activities gives your project rhythm and structure. Here is the recap. Sequence activities helps you figure out the order of all the tasks you identified during defined activities. Inputs include your activity list, milestone list, and scope statement. Use tools like precedence diagrams, dependency analysis, and your project management information systems. Outputs include your network diagram and updates to your documents. Thank you for watching. If you want a free study planner to help you stay on track for the PMP exam, go to pmnotebooks.com to get an instant download.